Hi Taurus, this is Lunatics Tarot, and this is a reading for anyone who identifies with the Taurus Sun Sign during the end of May 2018. So, Taurus Sun Signs, happy birthday. This reading may be for you. I'm sure it is for lunar Taurians. Taurian Ascendants, I'm sure it's for Taurian Ascendants. It may be for you if your Venus is in Taurus, your North Node, your Midheaven, anything that you identify with during the second half of May 2018. You're showing up as Temperance. Feeling balanced during the end of your season. Our season, I'm a Taurus Sun sign. Mercury and Venus. You are adapting. You're adapting to your new environment, your new way of life. I feel like it's, for most of us, it's a new way of life, a new inner environment. You are adapting to new challenges, new company, maybe really moving into forgiveness, adapting to a new truth and forgiving. I'm sure that new truth requires forgiveness of self, others, both. You are perhaps practicing moderation, showing poise, and finding success. Success as in the last few legs of work required before reaping the biggest bounty, the real reward at the end of the rainbow. But it's success in that your reward is in sight. The fruits are still ripening, but barring any disasters, you're certain to pick them soon, right? So that in that time where you have to do that final stretch of work, that is actually success. That is the act of succeeding. And that is what you are meeting sometime in these last 2 weeks. You are feeling balanced. You are able to weigh emotional versus practical needs, sides of yourself, and applying that to your work. You're applying both the emotional and practical side of yourself in your work, and it's working out for you. You're going to see, you're going to be feeling like an alchemist and appearing to others as an angel of sorts, and you're going to find success. And you're coming out of a period of waiting. You were just always waiting for some reason to find this balance, always waiting to allow yourself to move into this success. At least that's what it feels like. Always waiting for someone, for something, for some missing ingredient to add to your alchemical mix. Some waiting for many of us as Taurians, it's someone that this torch is always burning for. Okay. So this isn't the first reading that I've done for you. Some cards started to fall out when I was just meditating on Taurus before recording, and enough that I went ahead and let a reading unfold, and it pretty much decided the spread that I would use for all of these readings. And this, the Queen of Wands in reverse, came up in the exact same position the last time, in the last reading for you. So what's on your mind, what's in your crowning thoughts, your higher thoughts, what you know when your ego is quiet, is this fiery, feminine energy, queen energy in reverse. She can be a little crazy, maybe just flaky. She can represent someone who really likes to be the center of attention. So maybe this is who the torch is burning for. Maybe this is who you were always waiting for, and you're not waiting. You're adapting, and you're moving into your success. It may not be exactly what you thought it would be, because you thought this person would be there, if it is a person that's on your mind. Maybe what it's saying in this reading is that when your ego is quiet, when you stop fantasizing about this person and building them up to be someone who they really weren't, you know that they were a little crazy, they were at least a little flaky, they liked to be the center of attention too much, had a fiery temper that just you always called passionate. They're just passionate, but it went too far. It was too much. It was crazy. It was they were intense, yes, but they were so beautiful and had such vitality and energy. But maybe that intensity boiled to a point of, this isn't healthy. Now, that's not to crucify someone for having a temper either. I would be crucifying us all, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, maybe what you know is that there were reasons why they weren't right for you. Anyway. And the Eight of Swords, upright, is showing up in your future. So, your advice is to protect your boundaries. The Eight of Swords in your future this could be showing someone being a bit of a drama queen and living in a victim mentality in your near future by the full moon in Sagittarius on the 29th and 30th of this month. Or for some, I'm sure, around the full moon. And I don't think it's you. It could be. If that's something that you fall victim to, it could be. if you fall victim to a victim mentality. If that's something that you know you've been guilty of in the past, it could very well be your victim mentality in the near future to watch out for. The Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck is what's hidden from the situation, what you can't see here in the reading. So, a fight. Okay, I think I cut the Nine of Wands a little bit short. What else does it want to say? Always waiting. It also says, the Nine of Wands also reminds me that anticipating the worst can attract it to you. It's a balancing act to live in that space where one prepares but for the worst but hopes for the best, right? And maybe that's some of what this equilibrium you have now moving into the last couple weeks of May. Maybe that's what that is in the Temperance card. Again, it speaks to balancing your emotional aspects and practical aspects as well. I feel like you're applying that to some sort of work. Some practice. Let's get a clarifier. I was going to say on the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So, okay, maybe this is... Let's see this from a different angle. Maybe this flame is not burning for someone. Maybe this is a flame burning in you. An inspiration, an idea, a passion, a business idea, all the above. But you're always waiting to express it for some reason. I'm sure it has something to do with some kind of fight, some type of battle that I don't understand in more detail yet. But now that you're moving into success, you must watch out. You've taken this little flame and become this fiery queen, but you must watch out for your tendency to be a little flaky, lest you flake out on a crucial step. Allow in your success here. As I was saying at the beginning, success means there's a final road to hoe. There's a final, there's still final work to be completed. It's like, for some reason, what popped into my mind is a wedding. I'm not sure why, but so I'm just going to express it, I guess. It's like, the dress is picked out and the music is picked out, and so it's gone off without a hitch, right? But I mean, the both parties, the groom and bride, still have to show up, and the bride still has to walk down the aisle, right? I don't think this is about, maybe for like some Taurian, this is somehow about a marriage. I'm not sure why it came through that way. I'm not sure why that's the only example that would come to my mind. But in any case, there is still some work to be done. It seems like success has been met, but if you have a tendency to flake out, be careful that it's not you that flakes out on a crucial step and causes yourself to you know, experience a loss, maybe even a financial loss somehow in this process, or just you compromise resources, maybe even just time somehow. And then it could be you that ends up playing the victim, making excuses, possibly. But my first reaction was that this is someone else. So if there was someone that you were always waiting for, but you know that they were, you know, a little crazy and they weren't someone that you could build a stable, rich future with, then they might pop up now that you have success and start playing the victim and offer you some new love, some brand spanking new love. And it could be that they're playing the victim in the sense of explaining why they didn't show up for you before when you were waiting and waiting and waiting. If it's an act, see through it. Don't let that work on you. I really think that this is, in that scenario, if that applies to you, if that resonates, I really think that it's like some criminal activity. It would be criminal to let them get away with that. And yourself. Don't let anybody play the victim. Hold yourself accountable if it's you, and if it's someone else, you know, I suggest. And with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, if it's them, it's criminal. Don't let them, if they want to play the victim, they can play themselves, right? But don't let them play you. This is going to clarify the Five of Swords here. So it's like there's a fight, there's some conflict with someone that you have fond memories from your past. Maybe even as far back as your childhood. The Five of Swords also reminds me to be a warrior for the truth. Demand it of yourself, demand it of others. I want one more clarifier on the Five of Swords here. You know, temperance, like I said, also speaks of forgiveness. The first thing I thought when I saw it was forgiveness. Maybe, like I said, there's a new truth that you're adapting to. And I think, you know, what's unseen from this picture is that there is or was a fight but it's the kind that no one wins. If you're going to be flaky at the end of May and make excuses and play the victim, then you're fighting with yourself. You need to just get to work. And no one wins that fight with yourself. If you are still thinking about someone that you're done waiting for, but can't get out of your mind, even though you know you couldn't build a future with them, and they come around playing the victim, this is a space for forgiveness. This is a space to be a warrior for the truth. Express your truth. Demand it of yourself. See their truth. Don't let them fool you. Only let them play themselves if that's what they want to do. But be a warrior for the truth, at least for yourself. And this is a space for forgiveness. Forgive them. Yeah, forgive them. You can forgive you, and you can forgive them, and you can still be done waiting. You can still love them, and you can still think about them, and you can still know that you can't build a future together. You can still not put up with them playing the victim. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you're walking away. You need to protect your boundaries. Your most precious resources is you, your energy, your time. Your mind, your heart. Oops. I think it's actually an earth sign. Even though it's showing up as a fire sign over here, the Queen of Wands in reverse, I think it's actually an earth sign. So you've got, it's someone from your past. Or it was your Queen of Pentacles. Or, if it's you, I think this fight, this feud is with someone that you have fond memories with, who you thought of as a Queen of Pentacles, a feminine, earthly energy. Someone who taught you things. Someone who could be creative but could ground you. Someone crafty. Someone crafty. And you need to protect your boundaries, because they are many things. They've been many things to you and for you and done many things for you. But crafty has that other meaning, right? If they're coming around playing the victim, protect your boundaries. I think you are. It shows you walking away. So, and if it's an aspect of yourself, then you're walking away from those lower parts of yourself for higher things. Heading toward a decision that needs to be made. Okay. You know that feeling like you're leaving the house without something? I have that feeling about this. It's like I know there are loose ends that I've left, and so many more details and messages that I can't see here. Please comment if you would like to share. I'd love to understand more what's happening in this spread. Your additional piece of advice from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot is the 5 of Earth showing up in the reverse. I love this deck. I love this art. And this deck is a little different. It's got 81 cards, and the major arcana is larger and broken up into sections and a little different, and I'm still getting to know this deck. I'm still getting to know the Deviant Moon Tarot as well. It's so honest, though. But I'm going to read directly from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. It comes with this awesome, beautiful book. I'll put I will put information about all of the decks in the description of the video. Okay, so the 5 of Earth in reverse. I'm going to let you look at it in the upright while I read it. So, the 5 of Earth, the keywords: easy options, easy money, deception, unnecessary risk, addiction, blame. Okay, so it was in the reverse though. So we'll read about the potential blockage. There is a wee devil within all of us who whispers that we are acting for the greater good or not at fault where others are concerned. Does that voice encourage you to laugh aside the fears and concerns of loved ones, or to respond with defensive anger? It is time to let your conscience guide you instead of your selfish desires. Remember, your actions and choices have the power to do lasting harm or lasting hurt to others. Are you choosing to be blind or to turn your back on those who love you in order to cater to your own self-interests, bad habits, or addictions? Are you gambling with someone else's future happiness as well as your own? It is easy to say that those you hurt are responsible for what they choose to feel and how they react. But embracing this belief, even if it is true, still shows a marked lack of empathy and understanding. Your words and deeds have influence and consequences. Do not deceive yourself into believing that you are above reproach or accountability. When the reversed 5 of Earth appears, you are being cautioned against arrogance and pride. Understanding and consideration for others is needed at this time. Okay. So, forgiveness. 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 Forgiving again both yourself and whatever other parties have wronged you. And I think I think you are moving into the end of May with that energy. Forgiveness. But make sure, I think you are moving in with that energy. Forgiveness. For at least one or the other. Yourself or others. Earlier this evening, it dawned on me that I hadn't really forgiven those who had wronged people I love. I've forgiven everyone who's wronged me. But and myself for many things. But it was harder to forgive people who had wronged people I love. I'm also going to pull one more card. One last final piece of advice from the Chrysalis Tarot deck. Because happy birthday. The Visionary, the Knight of Scrolls. So the Knight of Air, the Knight of Swords. So in a traditional tarot deck, I think an additional piece of advice here is to meditate more frequently. Make sure you're not being too hasty about anything. Let's see. I'm going to read this one though from the Chrysalis Tarot description as well. The Visionary. The Visionary is a healer, a traveler, a mystic. With his exotic rattle and joyful bird, the Visionary is the troop's spiritual healer. He resolves conflicting energies that confuse or misguide you. He helps you acquire patience as you await good things from beyond new horizons. New beginnings offer abundant possibilities, yet it's important to progress deliberately, step by step, pursuing pathways of light with a clear and open mind. How do you discover pathways of light? Eat wisely, meditate frequently, and love unselfishly. The Visionary helps you appreciate life holistically. Love unselfishly. So just because you're not going to be with this person doesn't mean that you can't be the kind of person that offers them the same peace of mind that you would want. Yes, I made mistakes as well. Yes, I still think about you. I still love you. I forgive you. I've had to forgive myself. Offering all of that selflessly to someone whom you're not going to be with is such a gift to them and to yourself. It's going to help you grow and move on as well and find real closure. The thing people talk about, closure, it's a real thing. And I think, that is as much sense as I can make of this. So whomever it was that you may have been fighting with, that you need to forgive, whether we're talking about two aspects of yourself, a group of people, a friend, an ex-lover, an ex-partner, etc. Just, you can offer that forgiveness to them without returning to the situation that you were in with them. That doesn't mean you have to spend time with those people. It doesn't mean you have to get back with that person. It doesn't mean you have to keep that part of yourself if you want it gone. You just forgive it. It's different than choosing to maintain or return to the situation, right? So, anyway, I am not going to try to make sense of it anymore. Please help me make sense of it. If you'd like to comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. And if you would like a personal reading from me, a more specific reading, the email address is lunartixtarot@gmail.com. I'll put that in the description of the video as well, along with my services. If you are more interested in another general reading, I will be back very soon, hopefully, with June's reading, which will be a longer reading for the full month of June. Clarifiers, Dreams of Gaia again. And I believe that's everything. I am sending you so much love, and I can't wait to do another reading for you.